Hello YouTube, today I'll be doing a video of my Fluval Flora. I have converted this to a saltwater tank. I'll be trying to make this video as quick as I can. I used to have a Fluval Flora. It was a freshwater tank. I was planning on doing a lot with that tank, making it planted, adding everything in there, and I kind of got lazy for that. But for this tank, I'm planning on just going all out. This is my first saltwater tank. I know you guys are gonna go crazy in the comment section, but my uncle's gonna be helping me with this, and he's been doing saltwater for quite a while now, and I'll be really being on top of the game on this one. I'll be checking the water weekly, but for right now I'll be checking it twice a day, maybe every day. And then yeah, this tank's been set up for a week now, and I'm planning on getting hermit crabs in the next few days, and just like a cleanup crew. I've gotten this aragonite for my substrate. At the moment I have two filters, that's why it's kind of looking a bit crowded. I have the 30-gallon Aquaclear in the back, and then I have this Submersible Fluval filter that comes with the EBI or the Fluval Flora. And then I have the 13-watt Fluval Flora light that comes with it. At the moment I'm just using that. It's not a bad light, it's pretty good. I set it up and it's actually pretty good for saltwater, but I do not recommend it if you're gonna grow coral and such in your tank. The main reason, because you're not gonna get much progress out of it, and you're probably gonna need a better type of light, like alkaline blue and white light, which is pretty good for this tank. And then I have a thermometer that came with the heater. The heater is a Chinese brand, but it still does the job. Still a good heater. And then I have the magnetic scrubber, and I have a oversized Powerhead in the back. It's just filtering through the live rock, so it's not going to be too big of a deal, but it's still doing quite a good flow in the tank, as you can see on the top right here. And flow is really, you really need flow in a saltwater tank if you're gonna, well, actually you need it in all saltwater tanks, but you really need flow. That's the main thing of saltwater tanks. And then I have another thermometer over here, just in case the other one's not working for some reason. And so once I get it fully cycled, I'll be removing the front, this one right here, this filter, the Submersible, and then that's when I'll be adding all the cleanup crew and stuff. And then yeah, so I'll be showing you guys right now the Master's API Saltwater Master Test Kit. So I'll be testing the nitrates, nitrites, the ammonia, the pH, everything. I'll be testing that in a few days just to see how everything's going, and then I'll be checking daily before I get anything alive in this tank. As you can see, ammonia. So I'll be testing all that. The way I helped cycle this tank faster is just putting food in here, like feeding it regularly, just so the ammonia buildup would cause the nitrogen cycle to go a bit faster, and that's kind of helped a lot with it. And then this is my hydrometer. My water is about like 1.023, so that's pretty much maxed out, but I've heard people doing 0.025, and then yeah, so it doesn't really matter what you're doing, but just don't go over the limit. I probably, for beginner, I just keep it at 0.023, and then if you have like coral and stuff, I'd boost it up a bit, because it'll help the coral. And then here's the background that was on here before. For my freshwater, I took it off there. It was kind of a pain, but I found an easier solution to take it off, and there's no residue on the back. It was like stuck on by silicone, and the reason I got it off was for the saltwater setup, obviously. And the way I took it off with the razor blades, it scraped it off. It was really easy with the razor blades. Yeah, so this tank was cleared up within 24 hours. It was crystal clear. As you can see, the water quality is like crystal clear. There's nothing floating around in it. And then the way I did this was with I think you call it filter floss, and that's when you like change the filter. Well, you don't change it, you just rinse it out every like 3 hours or such. And that really helped it clear up really fast. And then after that I just let it cycle and left it untouched. And then yesterday I checked the water quality, or not the water quality, the salt salinity with the hydrometer. And yeah, so in this tank I'm using RO water. That's probably the best water for beginners. That water, there's no like metal additives, no chlorine, nitrates, just no like heavy metals in there. And then, but I don't recommend tap water at all for beginners. Tap water does increase algae growth on the glass, and the water's not as crystal clear. I'm not going to be getting a protein skimmer, primarily because it's a smaller tank, and I'll be probably not adding as much coral, and we'll be doing a weekly water change, maybe 1 week and a half. After it's fully cycled, you don't want to change the water while it's cycling because you're only going to disturb it. So this rock, there's about 9.5 pounds of rock in here, live rock. And then the aragonite, which I mentioned earlier. I got aragonite over crushed coral and fine sand because aragonite looks better than crushed coral, probably the best looking. Or actually, I find sand the best looking, but you'll have issues with it siphoning, and it'll just cloud up the water a lot if you have like shrimp and stuff. And crushed coral, I didn't really like the look. There's like big blocks of it. I just don't like the look of it. And this just makes the bottom like glow pretty much with the aragonite. And the aragonite's actually not live. I used dead aragonite. I think it's Ocean Direct. They have good stuff. I got that from a local fish store. And then I actually got everything from a local fish store. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll be doing a review once I get it up and running, fully cycled with the fish and hermit crabs. Or if you guys are lucky, I should say, then I'll be making a video earlier on just the update of what's happening. No promises, because I can't keep a promise about making videos. And I'll probably be adding a bit more live rock, maybe a pound or 2. The reason is just it's better if you have more live rock in a smaller tank. So I'll be just adding maybe a pound or 2 of live rock. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll be adding a cleanup crew, probably cleaner shrimp, crabs, and snails. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for my next video.